I'm sure they'll give me great reviews, right? They'll say, he was horrible, he was terrible, it was a horrible situation. No, we'll do fine. I've watched some of the people that host. Jimmy Kimmel was horrible. Some of these people, if I can't beat out Jimmy Kimmel in terms of talent, then I don't think I should be president.
This time, Donald Trump didn't go after Jimmy Kimmel's jokes themselves. He went after what supports them. In a late-night post followed by comments at a rally, he labeled Kimmel a paid propagandist, implied he was reading from hidden scripts, and accused him of misleading the public for ratings. The goal wasn't to counter one joke or break apart a specific claim. It was to undermine the storyteller so the audience would begin to question the reflection instead of what was being reflected. Kimmel recognized this approach immediately and chose not to engage on the same level. He didn't respond online or trade insults.
Trump was obviously very excited to headline this once prestigious event. He even waddled the red carpet where he was all fired up.
How have you prepared to host tonight?
Well, maybe I haven't prepared. Maybe you want to be a little bit loose. If you look at the great hosts, Johnny Carson, Bob Hope, those are the greats. If you look at the not-so-greats like Jimmy Kimmel.
In real time. Instead, he waited for the one place where timing, structure, and evidence matter more than outrage. When his show began, he opened with a couple of simple, non-political jokes, allowing the audience to settle into a familiar rhythm. Only after the room felt relaxed did he shift direction. He held up a printed screenshot of Trump's accusation and read it slowly and clearly, without imitation or exaggeration.
Why does ABC Fake News keep Jimmy Kimmel, a man with no talent and very poor television ratings, on the air? Why do the TV syndicates put up with it? Also, totally biased coverage. Get the bum off the air. Hi, Mr. President. How are you? Thanks for watching us on TV instead of on YouTube. We appreciate that.
The audience laughed, but carefully, because the words were presented without distortion. He placed the paper on his desk like a piece of evidence and said, "When someone can't defeat the joke, they try to defeat the person telling it." He explained that attacking credibility is easier than confronting facts because accusations are simple to make while corrections require effort and proof. Then he moved the segment from comedy into examination by issuing a direct challenge. If I am lying, point out one sentence I have said this week that is false and provide the correct version. Just one example. Behind him, a screen lit up with a 3-column display labeled Claim, Source, and Verification. He told viewers he wasn't asking them to trust him. He was giving them information they could check themselves. The first claim was that nobody watches his show. A montage followed, showing Trump repeatedly mentioning him, quoting him, reacting to him, and posting about him, each clip marked with a timestamp. Beneath the clips appeared a simple note, "Watched enough to respond." The laughter grew sharper as the contradiction became clear. The second claim was that Kimmel is paid to lie. He calmly read his on-air disclaimer, explaining that his material is built from publicly available reporting and recorded footage. Then he displayed fundraising messages that labeled critics as bought or controlled, turning the argument back on itself. If everyone is paid, he said, then the only unpaid voice might be the one telling you that. The audience reacted more strongly now, recognizing the pattern forming in front of them. Then he introduced what he called the credibility test. 30 seconds, one question, no detours. A digital timer appeared behind him. Looking directly into the camera, he repeated the challenge. Identify one false statement and correct it. As the clock began counting down, a dramatized response followed. A loud, heated voice filled with familiar complaints about media bias, fake comedy, and corrupt networks. Kimmel didn't interrupt or escalate. He simply pointed at the timer and calmly repeated the question. The audience began laughing, not at the volume of the response, but at what it avoided. The ticking seconds turned chaos into something measurable, and with every passing moment, the absence of a clear answer became more visible. When the buzzer finally sounded, Kimmel raised his hands and said, "There it is." The voice continued at full intensity, but it no longer carried weight. The focus had shifted. The room was no longer reacting to tone or noise. It was reacting to the lack of substance. And in that moment, the point became clear.